What's going on YouTube? Ace Poker back for another video. Got my favorite hat on, the trust nobody. Can't trust nobody these days. We have now racked up 1, 2, 3 big wins at my favorite game in the entire world, and we're going back today. 5-10 New York City. Let's see if we can keep the win streak rolling. I'm doing a little no shave November, so every week I'm gonna pop in here with a little bit more scruff. We'll see how that goes, but that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here for some cards, so let's get into it. Let's play some cards. All right, welcome back everybody. Nothing like a good old Wednesday Ace vlog, am I right? Shout out to all you guys in the comments showing love. But we've got a pretty crazy episode for you guys today. We're actually going to recap 2 sessions because of that guy on the other end of the felt. Kieran, close to broke, hit me up. He's always in LA, but came to New York City to visit, so you know, I gave him my seat. We didn't get enough 5-10 hands to make a full vlog, so I have a crazy 2-5 session that I never got to show you, so it's perfect. It works out, little win-win. Let's get right into the cards, baby. All right, starting off in classic fashion, we start the camera as we have 7-6 suited. I'm so excited to get in there. The hijack opens to 30, and the cutoff 3 bets to 110. Soils the plan. Gotta throw this one away and strap in. Hold your shoes, hold your seatbelts, everything. I don't even know what to say. This hand is just absolutely insane. We look down at 5-6 suited, and those devious intentions are able to come to fruition here. There's an open and early position to 30. The cutoff makes the call, and I decide to say F it. I 3-bet big to 150. I really want to isolate the first player who opened. I don't want to go multi-way here. That's why I go a little bit bigger, and that early position player does make the call, and the cutoff makes the fold. So this is exactly what I wanted, a slightly bigger pot. Heads up, we're in position. All we need is a good flop dealer, and that's sort of what we get. Middle pair, gut shot straight draw. We probably should be ahead unless he's got something like pocket 9s and up, but I think he's going to be 4-betting aces, kings, queens, so just worried about jacks, 10s, and 9s. He checks it over to me, and I think this is actually a really good board to protect our checking range here because, you know, a lot of the time we have ace, king, ace, queen just going to be checking back, and this time we could be checking back with a pair. Gotta be unpredictable, but I do decide to c-bet for 150 and immediately get punished when my opponent check raises, but he goes small to $350. Does he have pocket 4s? I don't think so. The only hand I'm really only worried about is pocket 8s, but would he be check raising on this board? I don't think so. We have a 5, and I don't think he's ever opening up 5-7. I think this is just a raise where he's like, you know what? He shouldn't have any strong hands here. The best hands he's going to have is 1 pair, so I'm raising. Slight little tell, you know, I maybe shouldn't show this, but whatever. My opponent grabbed chips or went to grab chips, and then it was almost as if he was like, I don't know if I should do this. He moved his arm away, and then he went back and did go through with the raise. With everything I just mentioned, I'm just not buying he's got a good hand, and on the off chance he does, we can improve to a straight. So I decide to flick in the call, and the turn is the 4 of diamonds. Really good card. Reduces the chances that he has a set. Maybe he would slow down if he somehow had a straight. He would check if he did have those pocket 8s, as now he's got this hand just completely locked up, but he does not check. He bets $450. Okay. Let's think about this for a second. As you guys know, I always start these games with $2,000. Haven't really got into any hands. I think I maybe am down 50, 60 bucks. So essentially the full 2,000. So after everything we've put in, we've got about 1,450, which I do think is plenty to jam and get him to fold. If he does have one of those 1-pair hands like 9s, 10s, jacks, if he has something like ace 8 suited, 8 9 suited, 7 8 suited, one of those 1-pair hands that he's just going crazy with, as well as if he's just completely bluffing, he's going to fold. I did think about just making the call here and then hero calling any river, but the problem with that is if he has something like king queen suited, ace 10 suited, you know, any combination of overcards, I don't know what river is going to be good for him, and I quite frankly just don't feel like letting him suck out, even though he may just be drawing to like 6, 7, 8 outs. So I think the right move here is to turn my middle pair into, I guess, a semi-bluff. I go all in for $1,450. My heart never really gets pumping, but for some reason, this one got me going. I think because I was just like, I think this is a good play. Not sure if I'm going to get absolutely owned and snap called, but we fade the snap call, and we also don't get a snap fold. So not the best, but not the worst. And my opponent gives it about 60 seconds of thought and decides to fold. We take it down. Again, I'm not sure if I already had the best hand or if I did get him to fold one of those better hands. Both are definitely likely. Let me know what you guys think about the play, what you think he had, and let's continue on because there's some more crazy hands to go over. And now just 15 minutes later, we call an open with pocket nines from the big blind. I did think about 3-betting, but just made the call, and bang, we flop a set. King 8-9 rainbow, an amazing board. Checks to the initial raiser. He bets out for 50. There's another call in the field. And I decided to bump this one up to 250. Not really sure on the sizing. I went 4x, then plus the call. I don't think that that's right, but interested to hear your thoughts. The initial raiser pretty quickly makes the call. I'm happy to see that. Hopefully he's got a big king. We can make some good money. The other player makes the fold, and the turn is one of the 2 cards I don't want to see. The 7 of clubs. It's full rainbow out there, but the most obvious draw in the world that people would just be snap calling this flop is Jack 10. So I actually do decide to check here, and my opponent checks it back. The river is the 5 of clubs, so now any 6 makes a straight horrible board. Not that I think that there's going to be any 6x in my opponent's initial opening range, but, you know, just a crap board. He's probably going to check back any king, so I probably should be leading here, but I decide to check, hoping my opponent smells some weakness in the water, and that's exactly what happens. He bets $425. I snap call, and he throws his cards right into the muck. Never saw what he had. Not sure if he just had a complete airball bluff or what we got him to just bet the river with. Definitely took an unorthodox line here. Let me know what you guys think about this one, but we're headed off into the right direction. Really good start to the session, up nearly $2,000. Can't ask for a better start. Let's keep it going. And I shit you not, I sat out for 3 hours, came back to play for 2 hours, and did not get a single other hand. We cashed out plus 1570. You guys saw that in my day in the life. Now let's recap this awesome 2-5 session, get into some crazy hands, so do not go anywhere. All right, starting it off with some 1-2-5. We bump it up to 2-5 and then 5-10 even later. This game just gets crazy. But anyways, first interesting hand here, we've got pocket queens in the big blind. The hijack opens to 15, and now the cutoff makes it 60. Gonna be a super weird spot if we just come in for a massive 4-bet from the big blind. Gonna be pretty obvious what we've got. So I decide to just make the call. The initial raiser makes the fold. Going heads up to a board of king high, all diamonds. We've got the queen of diamonds. Super, super interesting. I check. He bets $50. I just make the call. Don't need to be raising here. The turn is a 5 of hearts. I check. Now he doubles the bet, making it 100. Once again, I make the call, and the river's red, except it's another heart. I check, and now he snap checks it back, showing king, queen offsuit. That's what you get being a dummy, just flat calling sometimes. Lose our first hand, and on to the next one. I love this game. I try to splash around with these guys. I get in there with some really good hands, and somehow I just don't connect with these hands. This game is rigged. I actually hate it. Nah, just kidding. Let's get on to the next hand. Okay, wait, hold on a minute. We look down at 6-9 suited. Gotta play it for the memes. There's an open to 20. I make the call. 2 other players make the call, going 4 ways to a flop of 6-6-9. No, that is not a joke. We flop just the absolute nuts. I know someone's gonna be like, pocket nines is the nuts. No, this is the nuts, baby. Come on. The initial raiser checks, I check, and now the next player bets out for $75. Oh my goodness, a pot-sized bet. This is what dreams are made of. It folds back to me. Not even a flush draw out there. Not gonna go crazy and raise. I just put in the call. And what the heck? The turn is a 9. Are you kidding me? He's going to check back everything. And if he has another 9 or chopping, if he has a 6, this sucks, man. I check, and now he checks it back. The river's a brick. Got to do some kind of betting here. I bet 100, and now my opponent min raises me to 200. I shove it in there. He snap calls, and guys, he has ace 9. Oh my goodness, we could have got value. We could have gotten paid. It's all right. We chop it up. We win like, what, 20 bucks? All right, I guess it's better than nothing. On to the next hand. All right, strap in for some real poker. You guys are getting an absolute treat in this video. 2 wild hands. Funny that they're both with suited connectors, 1-gappers with clubs, but I opened it up to $15. Yeah, this is in the opening range down in this game, baby. We get 3-bet to $55. Even though we're out of position, gonna make the call. Let's go to the streets. Let's battle. Let's have a good hand. The flop comes 7, 8, jack, so we've got ourselves a pair, a gutter, nothing else besides that. I check it over to him, and he decides to check this one back. Pretty interesting. The turn is the king of clubs, giving us a flush draw. I check, and now he bets out for $40. Okay, let's think about this one. This king is obviously much better for him as the 3 better, but we also have to keep in mind I was the initial raiser. I was either under the gun or under the gun +1, so early position. I'm going to have all these weird 2 pairs, all these weird straights. Still could have a set. I would definitely maybe check it twice and, decide to put in a raise here, but I decide let's take over the reins of this hand. I raise it up to $150. My opponent gives it a good think and decides to put in the call. So we're going to a river, which is a queen. Wow, this is an interesting board. I count my chips. I've got about $500, a little bit over the pot. And I decide to put my nuts in the middle. I go all in. We fade the snap call. Fade a snap fold, just like earlier in the video, so not the best, not the worst. And he's like, oh, this is gross. And he eventually says that he has 2 pair. Definitely depends what 2 pair, but I could have a lot of all these sets. I'm going to have a lot of 9-10, going to have a lot of ace-10, especially if I had like ace-10 of clubs, would definitely raise that turn. Definitely not the easiest call down in the world. Not very many people pull off massive river bluffs in live poker, so, I gotta give it a shot, huh? And after the longest time, my opponent decides to fold. That's twice in one video. We get massive bluffs through.
I'm gonna make a fucking sick fold here.
You'll never find a
king queen.
Probably Asbury, yeah.
Good king queen.
Yeah, that's gonna be. I had a feeling he was awesome.
Let me know what you guys think about this one. I'm sure you'll hate it, but very interesting, very entertaining at the least. Let's head to the next hand. Okay, I have to give you guys some preface to this hand. Like I said, we're going to bump up the stakes. We decide to do one orbit of 10, 20, 40, 80. Yes, you guys heard that right. And I just so happen to be the first player after the 80, and I pick up pocket aces. You literally can't even make this up. I decide to just limp. I don't want to look too strong. Limping looks super strong too, but anyways, doesn't matter. The button decides to open it up to $300. It gets back to me. I've only got about $750 in my stack. We didn't top up. We're all sitting less than fucking like 10 big blinds. But that's what you get at a crazy home game. I go all in. My opponent snap calls. He doesn't show his hand. He says he doesn't even want to show it. It's that bad. But he later shows ace jack offsuit. Wow. We've got him smoked. He says, can we run it twice? I say sure. The first run out comes out. We win. The second run out comes. The flop is 8, 9, 10. Are you kidding me? Turn 4. One more out. We get a massive double up. River 7.
Wow.
Between this vlog and last vlog, I'd be up nearly $4,000 just running it one time. But hey, these are my friends. I'm not going to be a dick and say, no, one time. So he gets the suck out. We chop this one up, and oh my goodness. All right, we're still in this one orbit. And I want you guys to lock in and really think about what you guys would have done here. We are in the $20 with pocket fives. The same opponent that did this with the aces decides to open rip here. And I guess that's the right play because, like I said, we're all like 10, 15 big blinds. This is like a sit and go tournament. But with pocket fives, what are you supposed to do here? I really thought about this for a long time, and I was going through it, and I was like, he wouldn't be doing this with like the high pocket pairs, aces, kings, queens. He'd be trying to get value. He probably would be doing this with the pocket pairs that have us crushed, like 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10s is on the cusp. He might be doing this with 2s, 3s, 4s. That's ambitious, but he's going to be doing this a lot with the king, queen suited, jack 10 suited, queen, jack suited, ace, king suited. He could even just jam like ace, deuce suited here, thinking an ace is ahead of anything. So I think about it for the longest time, and I start thinking about it in, tournament aspects. Like, what would I do if this was a tournament? Taking the money out of it. and I just think that you have to call here with any pocket pair. So that's what I do. I put in the call. Same thing as last hand, he doesn't show, but I'll just tell you what he had for the full sweat. And I was right. My opponent has king queen offsuit, so we're off to a classic flip. We're going twice again. The first run out comes. It's clean. Now we're free rolling, baby. Can we win the second run out? I'll be so annoyed if he wins the second run out. The flop comes and he flops a king. Are you kidding me? But there's also a 5 on the flop. He is drawing dead to runner. We secure the dub on the turn. I make a pretty sick, disgusting call here and double up off a full $750. Wow, this is probably one of the crazier vlogs I've ever put together. Hopefully your guys' adrenaline isn't shot because every single hand we're like all in, making crazy bluffs, hero calls. I have no words for this. Let me know what you guys would have done down below. Alrighty, you see my face. That means it's time for the end results. Like I said, 510. We made 1570. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all over the place, I do my day in the life, so you guys will stay updated on my week-to-week sessions. Follow me over there. But in the 1, 2, 5 that turned into a 10, 20, 40 game, we won $900. So amazing, over $2,000 in today's video. Thank you guys for watching all the way till the end. From the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. You guys mean the world to me. As always, reach out if you guys need anything from me. Hit me up if you want to play online poker with me. I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. Peace out.